Alright guys, thanks for watching this Driver 81 YouTube video. I hope you can hear me well. It's quite windy here. What I'm going to do in this video is show you the running costs for the BMW F30 and F31. That's the 3 Series, the Saloon and the estate version. So I'm going to look at things like petrol or diesel costs. I'm going to look like taxing costs, look at insurance costs based on my particular set of circumstances, and then we'll look into the actual servicing costs. So the cost of servicing at a BMW main dealer versus how much it's going to cost you at an independent garage. Then we're going to look at how much that particular service would cost to source the parts yourself and do the labour yourself, and then update the iDrive as you need to. So let's get into it. Alright, so before we get into the details about servicing costs and service part costs, I want to talk a little bit about the costs of things like insurance, things like tax, and things like the general running costs with regards to your petrol or fuel. Now I can only really comment with regards to the diesel, because this is a 2-litre diesel. It's a 320 Diesel M Sport, and I filled the tank up and it's generally going to give me about 600 miles. That's with a mix of motorway driving and also driving around the doors. Here's a nice Porsche box there. Let me out there. Yeah, so as I say, about 600 miles to the tank. At the minute the display is reading 51.99 miles per gallon, and I'll take that. 51.9, that's what I said, yeah. So I mean, about 600 miles per tank, which for me is pretty good. I'm obviously happy about that, because previously coming from cars like Porsche 911, where you're used to getting about 16 to 20 miles per gallon, anything above 30 to 40 to me is absolutely brilliant. So I'm thoroughly happy with 51.9 at the moment. Now this car is also in a good tax band. The cost of taxing this car for 1 year is £115, which is absolutely great for me. Allows me to now go and spend £525 on the tax for the Porsche 911 that I'm going to buy. It all evens itself out. And then the cost of insurance, well, I'm paying about £400 per year. In fact, I think it's about £390 per year. I've got 12 years no claims bonus. I've had no accidents, and I have no points on my license, and that is with myself and one other named driver. So when you look at those costs, I think it's pretty reasonable, especially with regards to the tax. I appreciate that a lot of people will be using this car as their only car, so £115 tax band is pretty good for the year. Couple that with the diesel cost, and it's going to last you a long time, providing the prices stay low at the pump. I must add that the 600 miles per tank was based on, I think it was 1.12 pence, £1.12 pence, and the total cost to fill it was about £61. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the servicing costs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over and show you the cost of servicing costs, and also the parts which you will actually need to service your car. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into the cost, or how much it would cost if you were to put it into a main dealer BMW. I don't have costs on how much it would cost to put it into an independent BMW garage, because the costs of each garage are going to differ. So what I would say is, though, you're obviously going to pay less going to an independent than taking it to BMW approved. However, I'm also going to put in a column which shows you the cost of doing this job yourself. So that is basically getting the parts yourself and doing the labour and doing the work yourself. So I'll show you the cost of that versus the cost of the main dealer, and then also the savings that you're going to make when you're doing it yourself. And it may make you think, wow, maybe I can give that a go myself, because a lot of the jobs, they're really not as hard as you think. There are lots of DIY guides on these jobs, so it's certainly worth getting your tools out and giving it a try. Alright, so first of all I'm going to show you how to access the information on the iDrive. So obviously we're using our little toggle button here, and I'll just zoom in and hope you can get a good look at this. Quite difficult to see there. Right, so obviously you can scroll up and down. What I want you to do is scroll to vehicle information. That's not what I want you to go to at all. Is it? Yes it is. Vehicle information. Vehicle status, and then this one here, go up to service history, and then it's going to give you all of your service history. So the thing about the servicing, it's basically it doesn't go to an exact schedule from what I'm led to believe. It goes by, it's a condition based sort of servicing thing, and it basically, you need to carry out a service when the iDrive tells you to do a specific service. You don't need to say, right, 35,000 miles is up, I need to do a specific service. Only do the servicing when the iDrive tells you it needs to be done. Alright, so with regards to the actual costs of the servicing, I have those here. Now the engine's just started, I may as well just stop that for now. Okay, so engine oil service. So at the BMW dealer you're looking at £140. If you were to do it yourself you're looking at £70.99. That's a saving of 49%. The engine oil service with microfilter, £209 at the dealer. That's £86.98, a saving of 58% if you do it yourself. Engine oil with filter, air filter and fuel filter. Now if you do this yourself you're going to save 54%, and the total cost is £163.96. I will add that these prices that I'm getting here are based on products from Eurocar parts. You may find them cheaper elsewhere. Brake fluid, £38.99, that's a saving of 45% against the £71 it would cost you at the dealer. Now the vehicle check, you can do all of this yourself. There is a section on the BMW website which tells you exactly what's included, and to be honest with you, you can do this yourself. So you can do that at a 100% saving, and that will cost you absolutely zero. So onto the front pads. The brake pads cost £235 at the BMW dealer, and you can do this yourself for £117.98. That's a saving of 49%. And there was a few more to show you. So then you go to your front discs and pads, and it's £494 at the dealer. Cost to you, if you did it yourself, £227.96. That's saving of 53%. Now the rear pads on their own are £205 at BMW, and if you do it yourself it's £85.98, saving of 58%. And the rear brakes and pads, £448 at BMW, £211.96 if you do it yourself. That's a saving of 52%. So it really all depends on how you want to service the car and what records you want to have, because if you do the servicing yourself, well, basically what I'll explain is, if you do the servicing at BMW, what's going to happen is they are going to obviously carry out the work, then they are going to update the iDrive, and then they will give you a print off of the job which has been done, and that will then go in the wallet and remain with the vehicle for the service history double check, really, if you like. If you were to do the jobs yourself, you would keep obviously all of the receipts for your vehicle, the parts which you bought, carry out the work. That would leave you with a problem of having to update the iDrive. How would you do that? And also you wouldn't have a paper printer. Well, there is a way around that. What we'd advise you to do is log on to the Diagnostic World website. It's www.diagnostic-world.com, and if you click into the oil service reset tools for BMW, you will see a product called the iCarSoft BM2. That will allow you to update the iDrive and tell the iDrive exactly which process you've actually carried out, and it will update the iDrive, and it will then basically reset all of the information on screen. What I would also do is just maybe put your own notes in the service history booklet to say that you have actually carried out that function. One other thing that I've found is that a battery for this car, again at Euro Car Parts, will cost £284, and that's basically it. Obviously, depending on other parts which may well go wrong with the car, what I'm basically catering for here is the things that you have to do, the things like your servicing, your tax, your MOT, your petrol or your diesel. Obviously you can't get away with having a car like this and not paying those costs. You have to pay those costs. I haven't obviously catered for anything else going wrong, like, you know, you might get some like a camshaft sensor going wrong, or an ignition coil going wrong or faulty or bad, an O2 sensor. These are parts which eventually will need replacing, so maybe factor in an extra few £100 for repairs as well for things like sensors. One thing I would say about this car is you won't have to get the timing chain repaired or replaced, should I say, because well, first of all, it's not a timing belt, it's a timing chain. But anybody who's had the E90 knows that the timing chains were actually subject to skipping cogs, which would generally result in a £500 repair bill. So I'm not sure how they've got around that on this BMW F30 and F31 range. Whether the same issue will still be there, or whether they've put something in place to fix that and prevent that from happening, I guess it remains to be seen. I haven't seen too many reports of it yet, but then again, these cars are still quite new, so maybe 5 or 6 years down the line you may well get reports of that happening, but I can't obviously confirm that that is even a thing, to be honest with you. I just want to put it out there just to make you aware that it's not a timing belt, it's a timing chain, but just because it's a timing chain doesn't mean you won't have a problem there. So that's it. Thanks for watching this Diagnostic World video. It's really, as I say, just to give you a ballpark figure of how much things are going to cost. Like I say, if you do need to get the iCarSoft BM2 kit to update your iDrive and reset the service intervals, by all means log on to www.diagnostic-world.com. I don't have a kit on me to show you right now, unfortunately, but go on the website and you will see it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.